my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brookelynne. I am a lover of all things Disney, and I am currently an annual pass holder with Disney World, but I am currently blocked out until after Christmas. So I thought, since I wasn't able to do a vlog this week for y'all, I would go ahead and do a sit down and we'd do another rating all of the rides at a theme park. I've previously done this for Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. I'll put the links to those above or in the description down below, so you can watch those after you're done with this one. But today we're going to rate all of the rides in Animal Kingdom. I'm going to be rating them on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst ride ever, 10 being one of the best rides ever. So let's get into it. So if you didn't know, Animal Kingdom is a animal themed theme park here at Disney World. It's one of Disney World's 4 main gate theme parks. There are 8 main rides or attractions that I'm going to be talking about today. I am not including any of the live shows or the bird show or the jungle treks for right now. If you want me to go ahead and do a video including all those, let me know down below. But for today, we're just going to mainly be focusing on the rides that you're going to have wait times for, or the attractions that have actual wait times that you have to wait in a physical line for. So we're going to start off as you enter Animal Kingdom at the Tree of Life, which, if you did not know, inside the Tree of Life there is an attraction called It's Tough to Be a Bug. This is a 4D show experience where you are shrunken down to the size of a bug by Flick from A Bug's Life. We're viewing a show that Flick and all of his bug friends have put on to show you how tough it really is to be a bug. Just some conservation awareness, that kind of thing. But things kind of go haywire when Hopper, one of the villains, comes into play. And this is honestly one of my favorite things to watch. It is sadly leaving us for a Zootopia themed show sometime in the future. I don't know if we have an exact date yet. I am not that happy about it because I love It's Tough to Be a Bug. I do it every single time I go to Animal Kingdom. But you know what? It is what it is. This show is scary for some viewers if you are scared of bugs in general, if you're scared of spiders, loud noises, dark scenes. There's a stinky scene. Some things do touch you. You can feel the bugs sometimes. So because of that, it is scary for some younger viewers or just older viewers who have a fear of those things. A lot of times you will hear a kid screaming and leaving in the middle of the show, and so I think that's kind of why they're kind of trying to make it more fun and not as scary. But I personally love it. But because I know a lot of young kids don't, and because you will literally hear children screaming in the middle of it, I think I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. Because it's not the best experience, but usually it's a really low wait time, and I personally enjoy it. So now from the Tree of Life, we're going to go directly to our right, and we're going to enter Dinoland USA. Dinoland USA is actually going to be going under a retheme to become a Tropical Americas area of the park, but for right now it is still Dinoland USA. It kind of has a carnival feel. You are there during Donald's Dino Bash, which is a huge celebration that Donald has put on to celebrate finding out that he is related to dinosaurs. Because if you didn't know, ducks have ties to prehistoric dinosaurs, so interesting. But within this, there was an older ride. I can't remember what it was called. I personally never rode it because I came here after it was closed down. But there was another ride there that people really liked. I can't remember what it was called. It's since been torn down, and now there are only 2 rides in Dinoland, one of them being Dinosaur, the other is Triceratops Spin. We're going to start with Dinosaur. Dinosaur is another one of my favorites. Honestly, Animal Kingdom in general is just one of my favorite parks. Honestly, because it's so chill but has decent rides. Dinosaur is a slow-moving dark ride. Well, not really slow-moving, kind of slow-moving, kind of not slow-moving. Dark ride where you are sent back in time to try to capture the Iguanodon. And you are on a time rover, and things get a little crazy. You're sent back in time, but it's right before the meteor hits that destroys all life forms on Earth. So you see some dinosaurs. There is a I can't remember what it's called. A big dinosaur that's chasing you at one point. There are asteroids hitting. It's very jerky, has a lot of flashes. It has a lot of warnings before you go into the ride. There's a big old poster with a bunch of warnings. I showed it in my last Animal Kingdom vlog, which you can watch here. It's not the best for some younger viewers. I feel like this is a common theme in Animal Kingdom, is like there's a lot of like thrill rides that aren't actually like roller coasters, but they're still kind of thrilling. This one, it shakes you a lot, jerks you around a lot. You have a seatbelt across your lap, but you don't like have a pull down bar or anything. And it's actually the exact same ride track as Indiana Jones in Disneyland. So if you've ridden that, you kind of already know what the feel of it is. It's just different theming. That one is actually going to be turned into Indiana Jones, I believe, since it uses the same track. They're just going to retheme it whenever the whole area goes under that retheme. But it's personally one of my favorites. It can get somewhat long lines, but usually not more than 45 minutes. And because I enjoy it so much, I do it every single time pretty much. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Also, I forgot to mention, but in Dinosaur, it does have a 40-inch height requirement. Now, the second ride, and the last ride in Dinoland USA is going to be Triceratops Spin. This is a Dumbo style ride where you are in a little Triceratops. It lifts you up and you go around in a circle, pretty much exactly like Dumbo, just a different ride vehicle. I've ridden this like twice, I think. As an adult, it's not that thrilling. I actually do, it was like okay, and it's a nice chill one. You like to move it up and down and I think sideways or something like that. But anyway, it's super cute, super fun. I'm sure younger viewers, younger riders love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 6 out of 10 because it's not crazy thrilling, but it is a great family attraction. Moving on from Dinoland USA, we're gonna keep going and go into Asia. Now Asia has 2 rides, one of them being my favorite ride. The first ride I'm gonna talk about in Asia is Expedition Everest. Expedition Everest is a thrill ride, is a roller coaster, the only roller coaster in Animal Kingdom, and one of the only roller coasters in Disney World to go backwards. So if you like that, that's there. But this is a roller coaster. Essentially, you are going on an expedition into Mount Everest, and you have been warned about the Yeti. And the Yeti tears up your track. There's Disco Yeti, if you know what Disco Yeti is. And it's just this whole like adventure through the mountain. It's fast, it has drops, it has going backwards. It's thrilling. I love it so much. The wait time for this one can get up there. Usually it's like a 30-minute wait. Sometimes it does get up to like an hour or more. I personally use the single rider line because unlike Rock and Roller Coaster or Hollywood Studios, the single rider line at Animal Kingdom for Expedition Everest never misses. I always can get on in less than 10 minutes. I did that in my last Animal Kingdom vlog as well. It's pretty much what I do all the time. Even if I'm with someone, if they're okay riding alone, I'm okay riding alone with someone else I don't know, and we can get on it quick and do it multiple times. So because of that, it's one of my favorite rides. It has a short wait. I can do single rider. It's super thrilling. I love the theme. I love a good thrill ride, so I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Now the second ride in Asia and Animal Kingdom is Kali River Rapids. This is the only water ride at Animal Kingdom, and it's one of the only water rides in Disney World. It's not like at a water park. It's like your usual raft ride. You all sit around the edges, like there's a thing in the center, you sit around the edges, and then you are taken through some rapids, you know. They do get very wet on this ride, so I personally don't ride it when it's cold. It usually does go down for an annual refurb in the winter. It's not yet though, so maybe it's not, I don't know. But I personally like it. It's so short. If you don't know any of like the lore or anything of Animal Kingdom, this ride was actually supposed to be twice its length. They just ran out of time and space and money. So it is very short. It was supposed to have this whole logging storyline about conservation and the effects of logging, but they, like I said, they ran out of time, money, and space, and they had to cut it short. So now there are just random logs sitting up on one part of it, but like there's no storyline at all, and it's super short. There's like 1 or 2 good drops, and then it's over. The wait for this in the summer does get up there. In the winter, like right now, it's 10 a.m. and it is 5-minute wait for Kali River Rapids because it's a little chilly today. No one wants to go get in the water when they're chilly. So because of all that, I'm gonna have to give it, I think, a 6 out of 10. It honestly would be like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 if it was just longer and more worth it. Now, leaving Asia, we're gonna go over the Africa part of Animal Kingdom. This area only has one actual ride. There are some jungle treks and stuff, and some shows, but like I said, in this one we're really just going to talk about rides that have wait times. So because of that, the only ride in Africa is Kilimanjaro Safaris. This is just what it sounds like, a safari ride. You get in a Jeep kind of deal, like a safari truck, and you ride through a safari. You get to see all the different animals that Animal Kingdom houses. And a lot of these animals are animals that are not able to go back into the wild. That is why they are in captivity. Animal Kingdom has an amazing veterinary crew, conservation crew. They actually have a vet hospital on site, like an animal hospital on site, that if you actually go up and take the, what's it called? It's a train that you can take to go up to Rafiki's Planet Watch, and there's a window that you can watch them doing procedures on animals and checkups and stuff. It's so cool. But anyway, Kilimanjaro Safaris is essentially a safari ride where you get to go out on safari and look at all these animals. The entire safari actually covers more land than all of Magic Kingdom, so it's very vast. These animals have amazing room, and like I said, the staff and cast members are just so amazing and are attentive to these animals. Sometimes while you're out there, you will see them feeding them. Sometimes you'll see different tour groups or veterinary teams checking in on some animals. It's super fun. However, sometimes you don't see that many animals because they do like to let them act like they're in their natural habitat. During the day, when it's warmer, especially here in Florida in the summers, you will not see as many animals because they're all sleeping, because a lot of them are nocturnal or just more active in the colder hours, such as early morning or late evening. So the best times to go ahead and go on the safari there's 3 times. Early in the morning when it first opens, late at night right before it closes, or right after or during the rain, because those are the cooler times. The animals are going to come out and try their hunting and be more awake and alert. So I personally love going when it's raining because you see a lot of animals. My favorite animal on the safari, I think, are the zebras, because one of the times I went, some of the baby zebras had just been let out onto safari. They'd been born, and it was like their first day on safari. So we actually got to sit in our truck for a while and just watch them, like, learn their new environment. It was so fun. One thing I will say about the safari is that sometimes you get stuck because, like I said, they like to let them act like they're in their natural habitat. So some of the rhinos have actually learned that if they stand in the middle of the road blocking the trucks, they will get a treat to lure them out of the road. So they have learned that from being there for a few years. So sometimes you do have to wait for those animals to pass. Sometimes the truck will get a flat tire and you have to wait for that to get fixed. The only time that it's really like a pain, because you're literally just getting to watch animals while you're sitting there. It's like another free ride. The only time it's a pain is during the summer when it's really hot. I can only think of one time that I got stuck in the summer and we were all sweating so bad and we were stuck out there for like 20 minutes. But other than that, it's super fun. None of the animals ever get like really close and like to where they could like get you or anything. They do ask that you keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside at all times, as usual. But it's super fun. I personally give it a 10 out of 10 because it really just gives you that feeling that you are on safari. I am very blessed. I was able to do a missions trip to Africa and go on a legit safari in Africa, in Zimbabwe or Botswana. I was either in Zimbabwe or Botswana. I can't remember on that trip where I did it. It was a trip where I went to both places, and I think it was Botswana that we did the safari. But it really does make you feel like you're on an actual safari, and it was so fun. So I really like this attraction. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 just for the vibes. Okay guys, and we all know Animal Kingdom is the smallest of the Disney parks in terms of like what to do. So we only have 2 more attractions left. We have 1 more land, and that is Pandora World of Avatar. This is called the Valley of Morai, I think is the area that it's called. But this is essentially an area that they've created that is the planet Pandora, as seen in Avatar 1 and 2. There are 2 attractions in this area. One of them is Flight of Passage, the other is Navi River Journey. This whole area is so incredibly themed. It's beautiful. I honestly, every time I go, take pictures and post them, so I'm sure y'all have seen them. If not, you can check out my channel and you can find some. During the night, it like glows and is like iridescent and like neon. It's beautiful. But the main attraction in this area is Flight of Passage. Now in Flight of Passage, you get on this little bike type thing, ride vehicle, and you are given flight visors, and you are linked to your very own avatar, which is like the creature that live on this planet. And the avatar that you are linked to is sitting upon a banshee, which is essentially like this flying creature that the avatars ride. And it's like a 4D experience where you are put on this bike and you are transported to your avatar, and you are riding a banshee through Pandora. This is honestly such an immersive experience. You really feel like you are riding a banshee. The ride vehicle, like the little motorcycle bike thing you're sitting on, actually has these little bags right by your legs that go in and out, and it feels like you are sitting on top of the animal that is breathing. It's like its breath. It swerves, it dives, you feel like you're falling at some points. It's truly thrilling. It does have a height requirement. Let me check what the height requirement is. It does have a 44-inch height requirement, as well as this ride is not very inclusive to all body types. It does have a back restraint that comes up, and it has to be able to click into place in order for you to be able to ride. If you are a fuller figure guest, you may not be able to ride this. There is a tester seat outside that you can test out before you go on to make sure that, one, that you fit, but also that it's comfortable, because sometimes even me, like, it's just not comfortable, and I don't know, like, if I was any fuller figured, I really feel like it would like squeeze at some points and kind of hurt, and that wouldn't be enjoyable because it is like a 4.5 minute experience. So just keep that in mind. I would give this a 10 out of 10, but honestly, because it's such an amazing experience, but honestly, the wait time for it, like the shortest I think I've ever waited for it was like 40 minutes without getting a lightning lane to get directly on. And other than that, I usually wait a minimum of an hour for this ride. When I did it on my vlog the last time, I think I waited 2 hours. I think you'll have to double check me in that video, but it's an insanely long ride. Like I said, it is a 4-minute experience, so it is a lot of time that you are on the ride, but I'm sorry, a lot of things are not worth waiting for 2 hours, and this is barely worth it. So I'm gonna have to give it a 9 out of 10, sure, just because the wait time, like the wait's kind of insane. So because of that, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. But like if the wait was like 45 minutes every single time I rode it, 100%, it'd be a 20 out of 10. So yeah, I really love it, but wait time is kind of hard. And finally, our last attraction of the day is Navi River Journey. Now this is essentially a boat ride, just like It's a Small World, or what's another boat ride? Pirates of the Caribbean, Three Caballeros, what's another boat ride? Frozen, Ever After. Yeah, those are all the boat rides, yeah. So you essentially get in a little boat, and you are taken through like the scenery of Pandora. It's really beautiful. It's all in the dark, and then it has the iridescent like neons everywhere. Super fun. The wait time for this one also gets pretty long. It's usually about an hour, which for a boat ride is kind of insane for me. So that kind of takes a point off. And also, while it's great theming, the big animatronic, that like shaman thing, for one, it's kind of creepy. That's just like, it's kind of creepy whenever you look at it because it's huge. But also it breaks a lot. It's the most expensive animatronic at Disney World, and it breaks constantly. So they actually have a little screen that they will pull down and put in front of it that is just like a video of it. So half the time you're not even seeing the actual animatronic, and it's like supposed to be like the focal point of the ride. So just because of that, it's not that enjoyable for me. I loved it the first time, and the next few times I was like, okay, yeah, I don't ride it that often. And because of that, I think I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. Now guys, like I said, Animal Kingdom does have like the least amount of rides. There is like all the Maharaja Jungle Trek in Asia, and then I can't remember there's another Jungle Trek in Africa. There's one by the Tree of Life, which when I say jungle treks, it's literally just like a little nature walk where you get to see some animals and foliage and stuff. There is Rafiki's Planet Watch, where you get to go up on the train. They have a petting zoo. They have like the little Planet Watch like building. They have the animation experience there where you get to draw a character and are taught how to draw a character by a Disney animation artist. So that's really fun. There's the place where you can like look what the vets are doing. They have like a lot of educational things. There's the Wilderness Explorers. There's so much more to Animal Kingdom than just the rides. So I personally love Animal Kingdom. It's one of my favorite theme parks to go to. But if you're really a ride like thrill seeker, it might not be an all-day park for you, and that's okay. That's okay. But for me personally, I can make it an all-day park. I usually make it a half day because I just don't do full days in parks anymore, really. But it can be a full day park if you play your cards right and know what you want to do and are just wanting a relaxing day. So like I said, it's one of my favorites. I love it so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you're not already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to stay updated on all the content that will be coming soon. And let me know what other kinds of videos y'all would like to see. For some reason, like my last 4 videos have gotten like no views, like a fourth of what I usually get. I'm not sure what's going on. I think it might just be this time of year because I remember this time last year that kind of happened as well. But if you aren't doing anything and want to go give them a watch, I have 2 park vlogs, new park vlogs that are up, and I have rated 2 of the other parks, so you can go watch those. Let me know how you like them, and let me know if there's anything that you are interested in seeing, and I will see y'all in the next one.